The West African Examination Council has refuted allegations of conflicts of interest within its governing council, as well as misconduct in the movement and distribution of examination papers, among other claims put forward by Africa Education Watch. Now let's go on Zoom and speak with Kofi Asari, who's Executive Director of the African Education Watch. Mr. Asari, good afternoon. Thanks for your time once again. First of all, I want to pick your reactions to WASSCE's response to your independent investigations.
Well, good afternoon, and good afternoon to your cherished viewers. WASSCE has the right to respond to our report, but respectfully, our report is targeted at the Ministry of Education. It is the Ministry of Education that has the mandate and that has the capacity to reform the assessment sector and WASSCE itself. It is not WASSCE. For WASSCE is an intergovernmental organization that has an interest. It has a contract to defend in Ghana, a contract where it is struggling to deliver with quality. And so, obviously, given the constricted angle it finds itself in the midst of quality deficits, acknowledged by all, WASSCE will definitely defend its work no matter what. But the focus of our report is actually on the Ministry of Education, to support the ministry to reform the pre-tertiary assessment sector. And we are happy that government has demonstrated adequate political will to initiate the reforms. We are in touch with the ministry, we are in touch with the minister, and we think that the recommendations we have made and a preliminary measures the ministry is taking are all in line with reforming and strengthening the quality of assessment that WASSCE conducts, and not necessarily WASSCE giving us a report of its activities, which we are all aware of.
Okay, again, the council says that you sought an earlier title to suggest that the report was conducted by the council. And was that the case? And how was the material, was the name changed into the investigations?
Well, I thought this was a matter already dealt with, but I'm surprised that WASSCE decided to bring it up again. We have been discussing this particular report with WASSCE 1 week before it was launched. Okay, so WASSCE on the 11th of June wrote a letter to my outfit complaining that they were not happy about the title of the report. The title of the report then was the WASSCE report, and they indicated that the title suggested that it was an in-house report undertaken by WASSCE. This letter was written to us precisely on the 11th of June. So when we received the report, the letter, we sincerely responded to WASSCE and told them that, okay, we are going to get in touch with the lead researcher and then have the name of the research report changed. So if you look at the report as it is now, the title is the WASSCE 2020 Report, an independent assessment of the conduct of WASSCE by WASSCE. So the name of the report changed from the WASSCE report to the WASSCE 2020 report, an independent assessment. So the change was obviously as a result of the concern WASSCE raised, which we, in good faith, incorporated into our report. Let me indicate that at all material times, we have made effort to contact WASSCE to seek their input into our report. On the 11th of June.
But talking about that, the council also said that you did not consult them until a few days before you launched the report.
That is not correct. We actually contacted WASSCE 5 days before the launch of the report. WASSCE was the only agency that we shared the draft report with on the 11th of June, and they responded to our draft at 1 p.m. on the 11th of June. And so WASSCE had 5 days we actually asked them to make any inputs if they had any. And they did not make any inputs after the 5th day. They went ahead and launched the report. And so it's not true that we did not seek their opinion, but then we had 5 days to to seek that. But let me indicate that we engaged at least 3 staff of WAEC as key informants in the development of the report. We engaged invigilators, and including external invigilators WAEC actually had commissioned, who are agents of WAEC. And so we did not require a formal discussion with WAEC before initiating this report, once we were speaking to their agents in confidence as key informants. But we indeed sent an official copy of the draft report to WAEC 5 clear days for their input before we launched the report. And
Mr. Asare, unfortunately, this is all time would permit us, Mr. Asare, there is with the Africa Education Watch. But let's